Hello, KG2D. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. Make it a great day. Today is Thursday, April 30th, 2020. Have a wonderful Thursday, everyone. We have science subject today, and our objectives are the following. At the end of the lesson, the students are expected to recognize the resources from trees, to discuss the importance of trees in living things and the environment, to give opinion about the possibilities will happen if there's nothing trees. Before we'll start our new lesson, let's have a review of our previous lesson. We discussed about natural resource. What is a natural resource? It is something of value we get from the earth environment. It is found in nature and is important to humans. One of the natural resources is sun. What are the sources of sun? Sun is a source of light, heat, and energy that the living things need. Humans, plants, and animals needs sun. Water. What are the sources of water? Water is a source for drinking, bathing, and home of some living things, like fishes and some animals. Air. What are the sources from air? Air is a source for breathing, or even you're flying your kite. All living thing needs air. Human, animals, and plants. Land and soil. What are the sources of land and soil? Land and soil are sources for growing plants, building a house, and a home of all living things, humans, plants, animals, and even our home. What are the sources of trees? Trees are source for building houses, home of animals, and are even a firewood. These are the natural resources that we get from the earth environment. It is found in nature and is important to humans and all living things. Air, land and soil, tree, water, and sun. How can we help to conserve our natural resources? Can you tell me, kids? Now, kids, we will watch the video on the next slide. We will listen and we will learn.
Hello, do you know who I am? I am the Earth. Yes, that's right, the planet Earth. And I would like to talk to you about trees, as they are very important both for you and me, and all living things. Do you know how many trees there are on my surface? Almost 3 trillion. Yup, I said trillion. It is difficult to imagine such a large number. And it sounds like so many. But the truth is, we need even more. because they are essential for our environment to remain healthy, as well as for you and me. Every year, 15 billion trees are cut down. It's crazy. When simply looking at a tree, we only observe a part of a complex and fascinating living thing. Underground, you can find the roots, and it is because of them that the tree sticks to the ground, while at the same time they suck up the water and minerals found in the soil, allowing it to grow. These roots are also like hands grabbing hold of the earth, avoiding it from being eroded by the wind and water. The water and all the nutrients it receives from its roots extend throughout the tree, through the inner part of the trunk, a true column for the tree top. This is where we find the tree's branches, which grow outwards in a similar fashion to the roots underground. Here is where the leaves sprout out, a fundamental element in all trees, as it is because of them that photosynthesis takes place, so they can feed. What does photosynthesis mean? Well, it's a fascinating chemical process. The water, enriched with minerals, reaches the leaves and then, with the help of the sunlight and the chlorophyll, which is also responsible for the green color they receive, is mixed with carbon dioxide absorbed from the air through the leaves. Photosynthesis is essential for trees, but also is really important for all living things living close by, because it traps carbon dioxide, or CO2, which is one of the causes of the greenhouse effect that is making the temperatures rise all over the planet, meaning me, and that's why I'm so hot. During this process, the tree also expels oxygen, an essential part of the air we breathe. And there are many more benefits we can gain from trees. They're like tiny living planets, offering food and shelter to a multitude of different animals. Human beings get wood and fruit from trees. They help soften the wind strength and rain, as well as reduce air contamination, filtering it through the leaves and branches. And I am sure you have found relief under the shade of a tree on a very hot sunny day. Well, they do a similar thing to me. The forests are one of the best means I have to regulate the climate, thanks to their shade and ability to avoid water evaporation. As you can see, there are many good reasons to look after trees, and, better yet, to plant them and help them grow strong and healthy. I suggest a very exciting idea. Encourage your parents to grow trees. For as you know, children can make a world of difference.
What's the video it's all about? It's all about a tree. There are different kinds of trees. Anywhere you can see trees. Now we will talk about the resources from trees. What are the resources from trees and what trees give to humans or in the living things? There are fruit-bearing trees, like for example the orange tree or apple tree. It brings fruit and it gives food to the living things. Trees are the sources of woods. We use woods for building houses, for making fences in a farm, or even a firewood. Trees are the sources of papers that we use in school, in the office, in the supermarkets, or even in the toilet. Trees serves as a home of some animals like birds or some insects or even some animals who want to take rest under the tree. Tree give a shade that the living things like to sit under the shade of the tree. Trees help to provide a clean air that we breathe. Trees protect us against the flood, especially if there's heavy rain. The roots of the trees absorb the water from the ground. These are the resources from trees. Trees gives their living things foods. It gives woods, papers. It serves as a home or shelter of animals. It gives a shed and it protects us against the flood. So that's the reason why we need trees. Trees is important in humans' life and the living things. Trees are so important to us, to the living things. So we should not cut or burn the trees. We should plant more trees because it is so important in living things' life and to have a healthy environment. So now, kids, I want you to think and answer the following questions. Are trees important to living things? Why trees are important? What happened to living things if there's no trees? What can we do to protect our trees? For your homework, draw a tree, color it, and send it to your portfolio. Thank you, kids, and have a nice weekend.